Hello, everyone. My name is Timmy Williams, and today I'll be sharing my presentation on standard reference reporting, which is drawn from Chapter 5 of Leading a High Reliability School by Marzano and colleagues. This chapter connects directly to Level 4 of the High Reliability School Framework, which focuses on ensuring that every student's learning is accurately measured and reported using clear, consistent criteria. Over the next several minutes, I'll walk through what standard reference reporting means and why it matters, and how it can transform both teaching and learning when implemented effectively. At its core, standard reference reporting connects to some of the most important questions we ask in education. How will we know if a student are learning? How will we respond if they aren't? Traditional grading often focus on completion or behavior rather than mastery. But this approach shifts the focus entirely to student achievement. By using proficiency scales, we can provide clear and measurable criteria for success, ensuring that grades reflect what students actually know and can do. As Marzano explained, standard reference reporting ensures that students are evaluated using transparent goals aligned to proficiency scales. And that kind of clarity benefits both students and teachers. Marzano, 2018. When we talk about level 4, one of the first indicators is having clear and measurable goals for every student. This means helping students set individual goals that are directly tied to the standards and proficiency scales. The process usually follows a simple cycle: set a goal, form a plan, monitor progress, and evaluate success. Students should be able to explain their goals, track their growth, and celebrate when they reach new milestones. When teachers guide students through this process, it not only builds accountability, but also increases motivation. As Marzano notes, strengthens ownership and motivation when they set goals, track their progress, and celebrate their success. Marzano, 2018. Of course, goal setting only works if we follow up with consistent monitoring. That brings us to the next part: progress monitoring. In standard reference reporting, data isn't something we look at just a few times a year. It's part of our daily routine. Teachers regularly analyze multiple data sources like formative assessment, benchmark tests, and classroom work samples. Tools like notebooks, data walls, and digital trackers make it easier to keep tabs on how students are progressing. These systems allow teachers to make quick instructional decisions. For example, reteaching a concept to one small group while extending learning for another. Consistent monitoring of data helps us stay proactive rather than reactive, supporting ongoing growth for every student. Marzano, 2018. To make this system effective, schools use intentional tools that makes data visible and meaningful. For instance, status reports show each student's baseline and current performance, while goal setting template helps students reflect on where they are and where they want to be next. Progress tracking sheets, data binders, and spreadsheets all serve as visual reminders of learning in motion. These tools don't just benefit teachers, they give students ownership. When a student can look at their chart and see how far they've come, it builds confidence and a sense of pride. Schools that use these tools consistently often find that both engagement and achievement increases. Marzano, 2018. When implemented well, standard reference reporting has led to some great success stories. Students become more engaged because they understand exactly what's expected. They develop stronger growth mindset because the focus shifts from getting a grade to mastering a skill. Teachers collaborate more effectively because everyone is speaking the same language of proficiency scales and clear expectation. And perhaps most importantly, student achievement on standardized assessment tends to rise because the learning goals are clear and more focused. When proficiency scales guide instruction and feedback, students show noticeable growth in confidence, engagement, and performance. Marzano, 2018. Of course, as with any major change, there are challenges. Transition, transitioning from traditional grading to standard reference reporting takes patience, time and patience. Teachers often need support learning how to write and use proficiency skills effectively. Some staff may feel uneasy at first because the system is different from what they've always known. Younger students might also need more guidance with goal setting since they are still developing those self regulation skills. And as any educator knows, time is always a challenge. It takes time to teach goal setting, collect data, and review progress. But as Marzano reminds us, time, consistency, and staff readiness are critical factors in successfully making this transition. Marzano, 2018. That's why leadership plays such an important role in sustaining standards reference reporting. School leaders must provide professional development on proficiency skills, goal setting, and effective data use. They should create systems for consistent data collection, promote collaboration during PLCs, and model what good data conversation look like during walkthroughs and coaching cycle. When administrators set the example using data for reflection rather than evaluation, it builds trust and keeps everyone focused on student growth. Clear communication of expectation across the school, along with celebrating success stories publicly, helps maintain momentum and reinforce that the work we're doing really matters. As leaders, we also have to remember that level 4 effectiveness means monitoring both student growth and student status. It's not enough to know where the students are right now. We need to know how far they've come and how far they still need to go. This dual focus allows us to make informed decisions about instruction and interventions, ensuring that all learners, not just some, meet essential standards. Marzano, 2018. In conclusion, standard reference reporting is about much more than a new grading system. It's about creating a culture where every student understands what success looks like and feels empowered to achieve it. It encourages teachers to be intentional and data driven while still supporting students as individuals. As we collect quick data, monitor progress, and refine our practices, we're not just tracking numbers, we're helping students see themselves as capable, growing learners. Ultimately, achieving a high reliability school depends on these intentional systems that supports goal setting, progress monitoring, and ongoing student success. Marzano, 2018. Thank you all for listening. I hope this overview helps you see how standard reference reporting can truly transform the way we approach teaching, learning, and measuring growth in our schools. Thank you.